Do you think Otis felt embarrassed around his mother talking about sex in front of the whole school? Imagine how embarrassing it is to shoot a sex scene in front of a whole filming crew, with the director giving you guidance on how to make love. Hi, I'm Tim, and here are the funniest moments from sex education that took place behind the screen.
So Tim, when Clara tells you that she thinks she doesn't want you to have, what the fuck am I saying?
The cast says that filming a sex scene is not sexy at all. To break the ice between a cast that never met each other, but had to imitate coitus the next day, the intimacy director decided to resort to hilarious and creative measures. The whole cast had to watch videos of different animal mating rituals, like lions, cats, dogs, bonobos, and even slugs, and then had to replicate the moves the next day on the floor, on the chairs, and on the walls, as a kind of drama workshop. Imagine how much laughter there was in the room when they all were goofing around like little bonobos. It was a hilarious icebreaker and brought the guys closer to each other. I mean, look how happy they are.
I'm sorry.
Money.
You'll be surprised to know that for Amy, shooting love scenes with Connor wasn't the most awkward. It was super embarrassing for Amy to imitate masturbation in front of the crew members, especially since she didn't have a partner to break the ice and laugh with her a bit. Amy said that her character's sex scenes were more inspired by bonobos, but then she started to evolve into a slug, because the actress thinks that slugs have beautiful sex.
I think she moves more into slug territory, because slugs have beautiful sex. They kind of like really swirly, and I think she gets a little bit swirly when she figures out what she wants.
So Amy has her own way to relieve stress after filming. Her secret weapon is singing.
Stop making a fool out of me.
Even Emma knows karaoke is a way to a girl's heart.
So drop another nickel in the machine.
And I mean it, she sings a lot.
Ooh yeah, baby. Oh, she doesn't know what she's missing.
While Emma and Asa agreed that Shooty is obsessed with selfies on set. He even has a whole thirst trap video on how to pose. Amy is the one who posts hundreds of thousands of stories on Instagram.
I am a high-powered businesswoman named Susan. The year is 1985. Yes, I have a bob.
She is unstoppable. And yet these are not the most hilarious moment. Kedar and Shooty said they had to put on a cock sock, which is basically a satin bag, where you put all of your most intimate body parts inside and zip it. But because the scenes for Kedar were so intense, the sock kept falling off. Sure, that was funny and embarrassing for Emma Mackey, but that had to be fixed, so Kedar decided to tape the sock to his pubic hair. Yikes! I can only imagine the pain he had to go through when he had to rip off the tape. Though sex scenes are equally uncomfortable for men and women, Amy revealed she simply had to wear tiny skin-tone pants to make the impression that she was naked during her sex scenes with Connor, aka Adam. And that was only week 1 of shooting. Before filming, each actor had to choose an animal that would represent their character's mating habits. So while Kedar picked a bonobo, Tanya decided that Lily is more of a platypus. So she combed through the whole internet, looking for a decent video of a platypus making love, but couldn't find any. And before you rush to search for it yourself, listen to an even funnier story from the cast. Fun fact time! For some cast members, sex scenes were not the only awkward moments. Do you remember that scene where Tanya Reynolds, aka Lily, had to dance to diffuse the tension between her and Otis? Turns out it was one of the most awkward moments for her, as the music was edited only in post-production, and she had to dance in her bra in front of Asa in full silence. She said it was impossible not to crack up, because Asa was standing there half naked, trying to hold his laughter back. Emma Mackey says Asa has this twitching corner in his mouth when he tries too hard to hold his laughter back, so they all know when he's going to burst with laughter and start laughing themselves. And Asa makes them laugh a lot.
I'm good.
Oh, bro, you okay?
Yeah, no, I'm fine. I rolled it out. Yeah, no, honestly. Yeah, no, I'm fine.
Ouch, that must have hurt. Asa is the main character, so no wonder the director rushed forward so quickly to see if he was okay. But hey, I have lots of respect for the guy for not imitating an injured football player on a field and making a big deal out of the fall. He's such a down-to-earth guy. He once brilliantly messed up the lines, creating one of the coolest bloopers.
What the hell did you do?
I might have said something about giving chinchillas blowjobs.
Wait, that's not right. But Chinchilla's giving blowjobs.
And though Asa kinda missed out on hilarious love scenes, he knows how to win girls' hearts with his super blue eyes and quote killer beans on toast. Literally almost every cast member confirms that Asa makes fantastic beans on toast.
I can make really good beans on toast.
Listen.
Listen to me now.
And his secret is mayonnaise and garam masala that Kedar told Asa to use.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, boy. Yeah, told him to spice them beans up, man. Change the game.
The cast are pretty close friends, and Netflix took them on a fabulous trip to the US. None of them had visited the southern states, so Emma, Shuti, and Asa spent 3 fantastic days in New Orleans, Louisiana, and Nashville, Tennessee. They've tried some fantastic bayonets in Café du Monde, had their first meal at Crawfish Boil, while Emma stood there watching because she's a vegetarian. They first played with the crawfish and then boiled them and ate them. Dang, don't let them get around your pets.
Never sucked the head before. It's always like terrifying.
Classic Shuti. The gang had a couple of cocktails and went on to a karaoke bar, singing and dancing. Just look at these fancy moves. If only Amy could join them. Emma and Shuti love dancing.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Now Mr. Groff joins the party. Yup, they just can't stop dancing. Netflix, make a musical episode for those guys.
Hey yo, I'm an ex-man, but they probably never see me. I drive a Lamborghini, touch a magic like a genie.
Hey.
My body chip like Genie, Jimmy Westitini. Yes, I told him to get title because my... Oh shit.
In Nashville, the Cowboy Trinity joined their first line dance and nailed it. And even suited up in the most fashionable workshop by Manuel Cuevas, who dressed Elton John, Elvis Presley, and many others.
How long have you been doing this?
Oh, only like 78 years.
78 years.
If there won't be a season 3, the guys can easily start a traveling vlog. I know I'd watch. Fun fact, did you know that Shuti is the oldest of the cast? He's already 27, playing a teen. And if you've been wondering what the teen cast was like back in their school days, the answer is pretty naughty. They've all skipped classes once in a while, and all got detention, and have insulted their teacher. Except for Asa, of course.
Generally, I was pretty good in school.
Amy, in contrast, was one of those students who'd almost lay down on the desk to cover a test from cheaters piping in.
And I used to be one of those that was like, don't copy mine.
No, you were. Yeah. I used to people like you.
I hate plagiarism. I hate plagiarism.
Yep, hiding her work from cheaters like Shuti, apparently. Shuti sucked in copying so bad that he once copied the person's name and handed in the paper.
I used to just copy word for word, and then I copied the name and I handed it in. The teacher was like, can you? What the hell?
It wasn't the best.
Connor Swindells once even had the worst attendance record in a year. Speaking of Connor, lots of scenes required tension, and not everybody can handle it. For Connor, seducing Shuti was not an easy task. Yep, Connor just cannot hold his laughter back. But no matter how hard it was for the cast to play love scenes, they're super grateful to the director's support and guidance. They say that if the director starts laughing after saying cut, it's a good sign that the show is good. What do you guys think about our compilation? Who do you find the most hilarious? Let us know what's your favorite moment from the compilation in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and as always, stay awesome!